Good morning, class 10 students. So, here today we are going to discuss our lecture number 3 from the chapter that is Heredity and Evolution. We are back after our long vacation. So, my third lecture, I have just taken a single topic, and that I'm going to talk about a cross, which is very important for you, and this will ensure your 3 marks in your examination, because there are two crosses in your syllabus, that is monohybrid and dihybrid cross. In my today's lecture, I'm going to teach you that how to draw this cross, as this cross is very easy. So we are definitely going to understand this cross, as well as the laws which can be explained by this monohybrid cross. But before that, let's talk about what is actually our today's topic is all about. We are going to talk about Mendel's experiment. What actually Mendel did? Mendel performed several experiments. He worked for a very longer year. For so many years he worked. He did performed lots of experiments. He studied one contrasting character also. One contrasting character is like, if suppose we are studying only height of the plant, or you can say we are studying the round seeds or the wrinkled seeds of a plant, right? Or that is the shape, right? We are studying only one character, either height or shape, or we can say color of the seeds. That is only one characters. But two contrasting characters means when you are taking height and shape together, that is called two contrasting character. Three contrasting characters means when you are taking height of the plant also, shape of the seed also, and color of the seed also. So that kind of characters, when you are observing these type of cross, is explained by, or this type of experiment is known as, that is the three contrasting characters, two contrasting characters, and one contrasting character. When Mendel studied only one contrasting character at a time, if you recall, in my last lecture we studied a table in which we talked about dominant and the recessive characters, right? So if when Mendel took into consideration only single character, then it was explained by a cross, by a technique which is known as monohybrid cross. Mono means when you are taking only single character into consideration. Single character means either you are taking only and only height, either, or you are going to talk about only the shape of the seeds, or you are going to talk about the color of the seeds. Then when Mendel studied two contrasting characters, suppose he took height and shape together, right? Then that was explained by a technique which is known as dihybrid cross. And then if Mendel, when performed three contrasting characters, or you are taking into consideration three characters, height भी ले रहे हो, shape भी ले रहे हो, you are taking into consideration color also, then that is explained by trihybrid cross. But in our syllabus, we have to talk about only monohybrid and dihybrid cross in the detail. And with monohybrid cross, today we will see that which two laws they are explained by Mendel. So let's start about the monohybrid cross. Bacha, please pay attention, because these either monohybrid cross or dihybrid cross, one of them is compulsory. It is every time it is asked in your board examination, right? So please, you have to be very confident when you are going to draw these crosses. A cross is what? It is made to study the inheritance of only one pair of contrasting character. One pair is like, suppose I am studying height, my plant can be tall, it can be homozygous tall, right? I am taking here homozygous, but otherwise it can be heterozygous tall also, and dwarf. So when you are taking, I am taking here only one character, that is height. So when a cross is used to study the inheritance of only one character, one contrasting character, that type of cross is known as मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस. मुझे एक कैरेक्टर स्टडी करना है इनहेरिटेंस में, वो आगे कैसे जा रहा है, कैसे ट्रांसफ़र हो रहा है ऑफस्प्रिंग में, विच टेक्निक आई एम गोइंग टू यूज़, दैट इज़ मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस. नाउ हाउ टू मेक दिस? Now, first we are going to take our parents. We are going to select our parents in the pea plant, right? We are doing here in pea plant definitely because Mendel performed all his study on pea plant. So here we are taking parents as both parents are homozygous. One thing is should be very clear, these terminology. Homozygous means both alleles they are same, right? This is homozygous tall and this is homozygous dwarf. Now when you have to make the gametes, as you can see both capital T, both are same, so gametes will be also same, they will be TT. And here it is also homozygous dwarf, so it will be small t small t. Now when they will be crossed together, gametes ban gaye, gametes ke baad there will be reproduction, right? They will be crossed. So now when they cross, there are chances, now this capital T, it will go with this small t, right? It will combine with this t, because, or suppose for your easy understanding, this is male and this is female, right? Because we are taking the parents. So male is homozygous tall and female is homozygous tall. Gametes are formed and gametes now going to combine. This capital T will combine with the female small t. So this combination will be formed. Then this capital T also going to combine with another T. This combination will be formed. Now come on this T. This is going to now combine with this smaller t. Combination will be formed. And one will form with this. So this combination will be formed, right? So now, or there is another method. Write down, make a box like this. This is actually called Punnett square, or you can make make a box like this. Now here I have taken male on this side and below side I am taking female, right? Female is homozygous dwarf, so we will take homozygous dwarf. Now combine it, T, T. This will be capital T small t. Combine this T with this T, capital T small t. This T with this female small t. So as you can see, all the hybrids मतलब जो combination के बाद बनते हैं, all the plants of, ये हमारी first generation आ गई. जब ये gametes combine किए reproduction के बाद, तो जो जितने भी आपके पास combination आए, all for this is first generation. These were the first plants which were formed after the combination. These all were tall. This is the genotype of our first generation. And phenotype मतलब बाहर से देखने में कैसे लगेंगे? They all were tall, right? अब हमने इसको ही इसके साथ ही combine करके क्रॉस करवाना है, जिसको हम बोलते हैं सेल्फिंग. अगेन लिसन टू मी वेरी केयरफुली. ऑलवेज व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, whatever will be the result of F1 generation, right? Listen to me very, very carefully. Whatever will be the result of F1 generation, you have to cross itself. सेल्फिंग का मतलब होता है टी टी आया, इसको इसी के साथ सेल्फ क्रॉस करवा दो, राइट? नाउ व्हाट विल बी योर गैमीट्स? कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी, कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी. ये हमारे सेकेंड जनरेशन के पेरेंट्स हैं, राइट? सेकेंड पेरेंट्स हमारे F1 जनरेशन में ये आए. सो नाउ वी आर गोइंग फॉर आवर सेकेंड जनरेशन. सो नाउ gametes, write down, suppose this is the male, this is female, right? Both are same, but So here we are writing the male and here we are writing female. We are making this checkerboard. This is our checkerboard, or this is also known as Punnett square also, because this was given by a scientist Punnett. Now there is, you have written your gametes, because और gametes क्या बन सकते हैं इसमें से, कोई और chances हैं? No, they have only capital T small t. So two gametes, here also two gametes. So these two gametes we have written here. Now cross them. Capital T, capital T. This is formed. Capital T, small t. This is formed. Capital T, small t. This one will be there. Capital T, small t, small t. Last one will be this. Now, this is our F2 generation, right? This is our F2 generation, but all are not the same. F2 generation, now we have to always calculate ratio. जीनोटिपिक रेशो, फिनोटिपिक रेशो हमेशा पेपर में आना ही आना है. व्हाट इज जीनोटिपिक रेशो? जीनोटिपिक मीन्स you have to look at the genes level. Now just look at their gametes. Look at their, not the gametes, I will say genes, that how do you look like. कौन कौन से सेम नज़र आ रहे हैं आपको? If we look at this kind of, how many capital T is present in this checkerboard? Only one. It means only one is homozygous tall. Genetically आप क्या बोलोगे? This is homozygous tall. How many can you see here in this board which are of capital T small t? मुझे तो 2 नज़र आ रहे हैं. These are 2. So we will write here 2. What will you call them? Heterozygous tall. Definitely they are hybrid, right? They are different. Third, how many is completely dwarf? I can see only one. So that is one only, and this is called homozygous dwarf. So whenever you have to mention your genotypic ratio, the ratio comes out to be 1:2:1. 1 is homozygous tall, 2 are heterozygous tall, and third is homozygous dwarf. But अगर मैं बाहर से देखूं, just I am looking at from the outer side, how the plants they will look like. I will feel this is also tall, this is also tall, this one is also tall. So 3 I can see tall. Dwarf, the TT smaller one will be completely dwarf. So what will be your phenotypically ratio? That is your expression from the outer side, not the genes. That will be 3:1. So genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1 and phenotypic ratio will be 3:1. So what did Mendel concluded from this? That out of two traits means or I will say that out of tall and dwarf, only one was able to express itself. Can you tell me that who was able to express? As you can see in TT, it was tall. But in out of TT, only it was T who was expressing it. It does not allow the small t to express itself. So only one allele was able to express itself. And that allele, or you can say trait, which is able to express, it's called dominant allele, and which is not express itself, that is called recessive allele or trait. So what you have to remember here, that dominant trait means your tallness. Tall is dominant here. That is why we are using these abbreviations, because tall is dominant. So T, small t, small t. It will be expressed in both in homozygous condition as well as in heterozygous condition. But recessive trait, that is very, very, very important point. If it is recessive, suppose this allele is recessive, When will it express? जब तक टी आता रहेगा ये कभी एक्सप्रेस ही नहीं करने देगा स्मॉल टी को. सो व्हेन विल दिस टी एक्सप्रेस? This small ta can express itself only and only when it is present in the homozygous recessive condition, because both are recessive now, and this condition is called homozygous recessive condition. As you can see in this chart, that till the time this smaller t is present with the capital T, it is not able to express. But the moment there is another small t joined with this t, it is able to express, and we are calling it as homozygous dwarf, right? So what is the role of Mendel's law with this cross? Mendel explained two laws with the help of this cross. One is the law of dominance and one is the law of segregation. You need to very clear about these laws. Actually, Mendel explained three laws: law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortment. But I am not taking law of independent assortment here, because today we have discussed monohybrid cross. So I am going to take only law of dominance and law of segregation with you. Now, what did you see in monohybrid cross? That only one allele. What was our allele? These were our alleles, and our first generation was this one, right? Only one allele. क्या ये कैपिटल टी और स्मॉल टी दोनों अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं इस हाइब्रिड में? नो, नॉट एट ऑल. ओनली वन एलील out of two alleles when present in a heterozygous individual is able to express its effect, because हमारे लॉ का नाम क्या है? लॉ ऑफ डोमिनेंस. सो मेंडल very confidently he said that when heterozygous condition is there, only the allele which is dominant will be able to express itself, and that allele which is able to express its effect, it is called dominant allele. And the other allele which is not able to express means your smaller t. It is masked by dominant allele, and you are going to call it recessive allele. For example, in capital T small t, because this is a hybrid, this is not pure. T capital T is dominant and it will express itself in F1 generation. So I think law of dominance is clear to you, that out of two allele, especially when they are present in hybrid or heterozygous condition, only one which is dominant will always express. The other is law of segregation. According to this law, the two factors, और जिसको आजकल हम genes भी बोलते हैं, alleles, two factors or two alleles of a character. Now, there are two alleles which are present together in the parents. Right. Now they separate randomly. आपने कोई टेक्निक यूज किया यहाँ पे? No. They separate randomly at the time of gamete formation. Right. As a result, gametes only, जब हम gametes बनाए हमने, it contains only single allele. These are the gametes and they contain only single allele of a character. Which character? That is your height. Now either the gamete will be tall or it will be dwarf, and they will join and form the hybrid or the F1 generation, right? So what is law of segregation? That there are the factors, these are the factors or the alleles which are present together in the parents, but they segregate, they get separate randomly randomly at the time of gamete formation. Please understand this word, that what do you mean by law of segregation, that randomly these gametes, they get separate at the time of gamete formation. That is why gametes, when gametes are formed, only one allele is present of a character. Suppose I take another example quickly. I am taking another example of seeds shape, right? We know that round seeds, they are dominant, right? If suppose it is given to you that round seeds, they are dominant over wrinkled seeds, right? What is the parent you are going to form, because we are going to cross them? So what will be the parents? Firstly, you will you will make round seed. So I'm going to take here capital R capital, because these are dominant, right? And wrinkled seed, so I'm going to take this small r small r. What will be the gametes? I cannot take small r, na, right? Because they round. I cannot take W here, because many students, what do they? What mistake they do? That they take W. See, always remember कि abbreviations जो आपको लेना है, that will come out from your dominant version. जो भी dominant होगा उसी का abbreviation हम use करेंगे. So what will be the gametes? Capital R, small r, right? What will be now your F1 generation? F1 generation, there are two methods. One you can make the checkerboard. This is the male, this is female plant. So here I am making the checkerboard. This is side male. Okay, here I am taking female. So now R, and here we are taking R. So now combine them, RR. So all the plants of F1 generation, they will have which type of seeds? Round seeds. Because as you can see that all the plants, there is the heterozygous condition, and in heterozygous condition, because R is dominant, so it will express itself, and this law is called law of dominance. Now the second thing what you have to do, selfing, RR into RR, right? Which kind of, suppose this is male, this is female. Now what will be the result? As you can see, this is male, this side we will write female. Gametes, first let's make the gametes. RR. Same kind of gametes will be there. RR. Now cross them. RR. Then R, small r. Then कैपिटल लग के हमेशा डोमिनेंट पहले लिखेंगे और रिसेसिव बाद में. सो हियर इज द, इफ आई आस्क यू द genotypic ratio will be 1, it's pure, 2, hybrid, 3, dwarf. And what will be the phenotypic? If I will look at them from outer side, मेरे लिए ये भी राउंड है, ये भी राउंड है, this one is also round for me. These three are round. So the ratio will be, but this is wrinkled. So the ratio will be 3:1. So here that is all about your monohybrid cross and two laws, that is the law of segregation and law of dominance, right? One who is dominant will express there are two alleles and they get separated randomly at time of gamete formation. ये वाली line ज़रूर लिखनी है एग्जाम में, ज़रूर compulsory. You have to write down this line. If that is the laws of segregation is asked. So law of segregation and law of dominance, you can explain it with the help of a cross, which is known as your monohybrid cross. And what is the ratio of monohybrid? Genotypic will come out be 1:2:1 and phenotypic will be 3:1. Next we will discuss in our next lecture, that is the dihybrid cross, and I will teach you a very quick shortcut to draw dihybrid cross